Gather round, everybody. I want to tell you a tale about two smooth brothers named Raisin and Joel. One of them was tipping the scale about 345, but they were still saying he's one of the smoothest brothers alive. He might be heavy, but that boy was classy. You might know him by another name, and that might be Big Nasty. There's another dude around here. They call him Coach Buck. He might be a nice man, but damn, he hits like a truck. You know who they are. There's no one like them, no others. Don't be them heavyweight boys. Them heavyweight brothers.
Hey!
You know they got the illest podcast alive. So if you a real one, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, December 1st. It is us, your heavyweight bros in the building. Me, over here, 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic. You already know it's your boy Big Nasty. And to my right is my ace, the high yellow head man, the freaking Diggin, Coach Buck. Uncle Raisin is in the building. What's going on, man? How are you feeling?
Good mood to you all. It is here. It is here. Good mood to you all. I'm doing good, man. Do I need to get a towel for that mic, man? Why was you spitting like that?
I don't know, man. Listen, the balls was just flying, and I was feeling the beats. I couldn't help rhyming and moving my feet.
Yo.
I felt like the preacher was coming through me. The freaking Deacon left you.
Damn.
It was happening to me.
I thought you were still hustleable. I was about to give you the Justine. Yeah. A lot of y'all don't know that.
I gotta get back up on my Cosby. I gotta brush back up on it. Are we allowed to now?
Bro, it differs between people. We're not gonna dab on that, man. We'll just call it.
I was gonna say, can I start listening to Kelsey?
We'll just call it the Huxtables. Maybe it feels better when you say that.
Can I start listening to my mind?
No,
I just hit that note, and I knew it was gonna get you upset. Obviously, y'all see this. We got the new gear out of here. You already see the diabolical diabetic, probably the best tee out right now. And there's a good move one. We got the good move out here too, courtesy of our boy over there at Custom Merch, my man G Head. You know what I'm saying? You can find him over on Etsy or on IG at Custom Merch. Use the promo code Heavyweight Bros, HW, the number 8 BROS, to get you 10% off your order.
The more you spend, the more you save.
You already see it. You know, I know y'all. Some of y'all was getting a little bit tired of the white shirts and stuff like that. So we told him, we was like, yo, we need some more stuff. He said, yo, I'm gonna hit you off with something real quick because we got them quick turnarounds. And he had to throw us these right here. So we're gonna have more from coming for y'all. But the diabolical diabetic had to come out first because I know that's the one that's gonna be flying hot off the shelves. If you guys are feeling,
you see these colorways.
If you guys are feeling generous, because the more you spend, the more you save. I guess you could pick up a good moon shirt as well. You know what I mean? I think they're great stocking stuffers. Some might say. You know what I mean?
You can wear these to go shopping. You can wear them casually out in the gym, to a dinner party, regardless of what time it is, because they're gonna say what this good mood is: morning, afternoon, and night. I'm ready for all functions. So if the party goes on too long into the morning, you're still prepared. And it's all good. I'm just saying, sorry.
Well, yeah. So do yourselves a favor. Make sure you hit them up. Custom Merch on IG and on Etsy. Heavyweight Bros, HW, the number 8 BROS. It is the giving season. So why don't y'all give them something swaggy, some Heavyweight Bros gear, and keep that joint moving. Now, I asked you how you were doing, and all you did was really flex this shirt. Like, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Like, what's going on?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I can't complain. You know me, man. Listen, I could be last bar energy when you be like, yo, it's time to pot. I'm up. I'm here. I'm ready.
What's the Transformers? Is that Transformers sound effect?
It's like we're probably doing the same thing.
Like that? Jada Kiss? Yeah. Go get the A6, AI and J Kiss. I'm sorry. I had to. I had to do.
Jada,
I had to
listen,
do them.
I'll make sure when you come on the show, he's not here. All right.
I had to do the mental health check and stuff like that. Like, you never asked me how I'm doing. I guess everybody just assumes that, like, because I be bringing the flames, stuff like that I'm doing all right too. I am doing all right. It's glad to see y'all. You know what I mean? I always like seeing y'all every Wednesday. Wednesday is Saturday. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. But let's move on and let's move our way into the pod. Even though, like, we started off, like, we got the new gear, we got new stuff going on, and we're on a really high right now. We have to start yet again with some somber news.
Yes.
That's how it always happens.
Yes.
The entrepreneur and artist Virgil passed away. Was it Tuesday?
I believe it was Monday.
Monday, at 41 years after his 2-year battle with cancer.
Yes.
He was very well known in the hip hop community. He was a big collaborator with Kanye West.
Yeah. They had a tough splitting, but I'm pretty sure it was like
it was pretty mutual.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he was. I feel like Kanye felt some type of way about him going to Louis Vuitton or something like that, but he also understood like that man was branching out, and it was like you said,
he was the CEO of his own company. I can't remember like at the top of my head either, but he became the CEO of that. But he pretty much did all of Kanye West album covers after graduation. Once he was done with the graduation bears and stuff like that, like he moved on. He did My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne, Cruel Summer, Yeezus. He did Long Live ASAP, and it goes on and on and on. Like I said, he was a very frequent collaborator. He was very well liked and known in the hip hop circles. Guys like Drake and the Migos were constantly buying like some of his work.
Yeah, for the tag poppers, he was like the head of the Louis Vuitton menswear. For our sneakerheads, he was very well known for the off-white selection of sneakers and his ideas, and the Air Force Ones, the Jordan 5s, Dunks, Hyper Dunks, any sneaker that basically could have got off-whited. He did. He did some fly Air Maxes, like it was abstract, it was different, and people loved it.
I saw this one video that he did one time, and it was like he was sitting in a room with somebody. They were doing like an interview, and he was like doing this big monologue about like how anything could be art and like stuff like that. So they were like, all right, so like here's this chair. Like it was literally like this beat up like wooden chair that they just like brought to him, and they were like, could you make this art? He looked at it for like maybe like 4 or 5 seconds, and he was like, he grabbed, I can't remember if it was a red paintbrush or a red marker, but he grabbed it and like wrote his name on it like in real wild. He was like, that's art. And it's like that joint sold for like a couple million. And I was like, this was just trash. And he just like, all he did was write his name.
Listen, my brother came up last year and took my son with him on a ride to Boston. Because he was trying to get a pair of these off-white sneakers. But it was like a scavenger hunt. Like you had to sign up to an app, and you had to get through all the scavenger hunts, and the scavenger hunt let you know where the sneaker release was happening in Boston. And that's where you bought the sneakers at. They literally missed the sneaker by like 5 minutes, and he was so disappointed. But they still had a great time, because even the people who didn't get the sneakers like walked into like a Virgil museum where it was like displays of his art. They were like selling like off-white t-shirts and clothing and stuff like that.
I can definitely see that being dope, like the journey itself.
They had a really good experience. Like, and the sneakers retail at like $190, $200, but then they get on StockX or something, and they're going for like $1,500, $2,000. Somebody told me,
get you, boy.
Yeah, listen. Somebody told me went on StockX today and saw a pair up there for $10,000.
Not surprised.
$10,000.
Not surprised at the slightest.
Yeah, I can only imagine the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for something very humble but still chaotic.
Humble yet chaotic?
Yes.
Diabolical even? No, I'm just kidding.
I can only imagine the frenzy. I'll just go with that. Okay. That is going to unfold with whatever I like that too.
The fervor.
I like that. Whatever he has left in his line that has yet to be released, and the pandemonium that is going to come with that. Yeah. Because it's not just going to be the average respect of the sneakerhead. You're going to have the hype beast. You're going to have people who want to buy just 12 pairs or as many as they can just so they can get the resale value of tearing people's pockets up. It's going to be insane. Like, this is something that you like literally buy and never wear. Like, buy and never wear.
It's It's wild. And like, I want to get into that like in a minute, but obviously like I wanted to like, kind of close this out by sending a lot of love and support to his family. And like, we've been talking like a lot about like, mental health or like just health in general and like your check engine light. And it's like, it's just crazy. Like you just never know the battles that people are fighting like behind the scenes. Cause like he is a pretty prominent figure, a very popular guy, a very rich person. And still it was like that. Like I feel like he's been big for 10 years. Maybe a little bit more than that. And like he was really just getting started, and it's just like, like this thing comes, and it's like I'm sure it was sudden to us, but it's like something that he knew that he was dealing with, and it's like to know that someone is battling something that like that's severe, and it's like we don't know about it. It's like it just goes to show how much we just don't know about anybody.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. It felt like Chad all over again.
Chad, yeah,
I felt like Chad all over again.
I really didn't like when he came out skinny and people were killing him, and then like a couple months later it was gone. But like it was what's got I can see that. It's even weird to like try and move from that, but like I'm just thinking about like what you're saying, like with the scavenger hunt story and like doing all that stuff. Do you care about anything that much that you would do all that stuff for?
I mean, so for me, I'm different. Like I'm not a hype beast. Like I like sneakers. I do have a select pair of sneakers that I may have more than what I should have, but every sneaker that I have bought has a story attached to it.
Okay.
So for me, the scavenger hunt is dope because like
it's a story.
It makes the shoe have purpose rather than just buying it so somebody sees it on your feet. Like all the sneakers I buy are based on the era on which was happening in my life at the time that sneaker was released. Okay. So like I can literally look at that sneaker and be like, at this point in my life when this sneaker came out, this is what was happening for me. You know what I mean? And some people just buy stuff just to buy stuff. And it's like, for me, like it's not only a hobby, it's a passion, you know what I mean? And I like to be able to have that conversation. Plus it's a really good, like, working with kids and working with youth, like it's an easy talking point.
Yeah, connection piece.
Right.
It's like, yo, what's that on your feet?
Right. Especially when they think you the OG dude, like, oh, you're supposed to come walking around with polos and slacks, and then I come in with some jeans and my kicks on. They're like, oh, mister, you got drip. Like you don't even understand. It's not about drip. And then I get to have that conversation with them, and then you build that relationship. You know how I like to make those connections. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, quick example. I got a pair of Air Maxes. Okay. They're the De'Aaron Fox joints, right? Like they're not really my favorite pair, but the story behind it made me want to buy them. So they're all different colors because De'Aaron Fox's favorite subject was astronomy. Okay. I believe it is. So
astrology?
Like, maybe that's what it is. I'm bugging. All right. So like the sneakers, all different colors on the outside, and on the inside, it has algorithms on the.
You're right with astronomy. Astrology is the stars.
It might be both because I think the sneaker is different colors because of the different colors of the planets. And then inside the shoe, there's algorithms on the sole. Okay. And then on the back of it, it says Swiper because that was the year that he led the league in steals. And we know from Dora, Swiper, no swiping.
Well, his nickname is Swipe the Fox.
There you go. So. And then it has the 5 on the front because he wears number 5. So it's just like he put time and effort into the sneaker he wanted to put out there rather than just signing a contract and throwing a tag at people. So I like stuff like that. My bad. We digress.
No, it's okay. Cause like the whole time you're talking, like I'm obviously listening, but like I'm thinking about like what it is for me. And it's like, it's not clothes. Like clothes have never been like a big thing for me. So I was like, is it video games? I was like, nah, PS5 and Xbox came out and I was like, I didn't even go that hard for them. I was like, do I want them? Would I pay for them? But it's like, no, I have like my limits and I'm definitely not about to go on no scavenger hunt to get one or nothing like that. But then like when you talk about you like things more than the flex appeal of them, like you like them for like the story behind them, and it's like you think about them at a certain time. It's like that's the way that I used to think about music, especially the going to the store and getting it. Like that era is like I have like stories about like like I remember like when I bought My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or like when I bought Word of Mouth and stuff like that. And it's like there's a lot of things that go into that, and it's like in the same thing with talking points because like that's how I met like a lot of my friends is like in the hallway either hearing something for their headphones or something like that. I'm like, yo, is that 112? I'm like, you listen to 112? And it's like, yeah, like, yo, I was like, yo, listen, man, it's like, and then same thing. And it's like, like every time I hear kids, yeah. And like, yeah. So like, it's like, we don't have to listen to the same things, but it's like to know that you do. And it's like, if you enjoy them, it's great talking points.
It's for the culture, man. It's all connected when you talk about those shoes, that music, clothes, iconic things that were happening at that time. I was watching a video the other day of LeBron in the McDonald's dunk contest, and right before he dunked, he told the DJ, change the song, throw on 50. And like the latest 50 song comes on, and LeBron's like bopping his head.
Which song was it?
I can't remember.
Because I'm trying to think, like, granted, I can't dunk, and I ain't never been able to dunk, but I'm like, what 50 Cent song at that time? I
hear the 50 Cent song, but I see LeBron bopping, then he just takes off and hits him with a real easy. Yeah, I'm on 18.
I was just trying to think of like what would be the one, because I was like, would it be the go shorty? And I was like, nah,
I don't know.
it was you and Langston, but you never popped none. And I was like, nah. But you know what it would be? It would be G-Unit. Whoa, we in here. Whoa, we can get the drama popping. We don't care. It's going down because I'm around. 50 Cent. You know how I gets down.
So when we get the power, book 7.
What
we
up,
know.
blood? What up, gangsta?
Yo, Tariq, I'm Kanan's cousin. Like,
oh my God.
You know Tariq's your favorite character.
So is it my man Tariq over there? Man, Tariq, what's his last name? Oh, Tariq St. Patrick. Come over here, let me holler at you, young blood.
Yeah, stop it. All right, we're moving on.
Well, we never even got into digging in the crates. That's the thing. It's like, we're talking about albums and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, obviously from the intro we took the Nas.
Don't say obvious, because some people wouldn't know how obvious it is. So go ahead and drop a joke.
They would probably think it was the Bill Cosby burner. But no, that was the Bridging the Gap from his album Street Disciple, which had its 17-year anniversary. And did you have Street Disciple when it came out?
I did not. I ain't paid for it, but yeah, I mean, we had the we had the local DJ in the hood, man. He was burning them CDs like it was nothing, man.
You still paid like $4 or $5 for it, right?
Yeah.
Because I went to the store and I bought it, ripped the plastic off.
It was $5 for a CD. If you bought 5, you only spent a dub, and you got 5 CDs to throw in a debt.
But it was
5 for 20. Why not?
No, that's a favorite. And then like, if you had a real one, he throw in a little adult movie for you on top. You'd be like, oh, got these 3. Because these booty cheeks in the streets. You feel me? I was all right. So I remember I went to the store and I bought Street Disciple, and it was it was like kind of like right after the Nas kind of had his resurgence with the Stillmatic and Godson.
Yes.
And it was kind of like Street Disciple was a little bit shaky, but it's like it did have like a couple bangers on it. Like it did have the Bridging the Gap, the Thief's Theme, the Virgo. They had the one song on there called Just a Moment, which I always really, really liked. But my favorite like background story on it is like the guy that's on is this dude named Quan. And that was supposed to be like his ace that he was going to bring up, like almost like his Memph Bleak or something like that. His beans. And it was like his whole thing was like, yo, the thing about this cat is like not only can he rap, but he can sing. And he goes, and they have a song. He's like, when day comes and night falls, for the rest of my life we'll miss y'all. And it was like he did it, and the bars was okay. Never heard from that man again. Yeah. That was his only.
It's crazy that there's so many people singing and rapping these days. And it's like, I know you'd think Nas is at the crib, like I was on it first, Ram. I was on it first. My man just didn't pop like this.
Somewhere Quan is like sitting on his couch and he's got a hole in his wife beater and he's got some ashes on his shirt. He's like, and he's watching the drink and he's like, that should have been me, bud. That should have been me. Like the way Soulja Boy is like, yo, he stole my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. Like that's Quan when he hears it.
Why you gotta have a hole in his shirt?
Baby's crying in the background. Couple dogs just running in the bathroom.
Oh, no food in the dog.
You know the type of guy I'm talking about. That's what Quan was. He was a street soldier.
Yeah.
That was the Street Disciple. What's you call his car?
Yeah. That is crazy. That's all right. So
it was a solid Nas album. It wasn't a top tier. But another album who had its anniversary, it was the 22-year anniversary of Q-Tip's Amplified, which was his solo debut after A Tribe Called Quest, when like
it's a pod and things.
You missed it while we were coming up with what was going to be the original intro. Like we were like
itty bitty pod.
We tried to throw out some Q-Tip ideas because this is the breathe, stop, and this is also like the vibrant thing. Tupac Q-Tip. So like whatchamacallit,
abstract pod going abstract far.
So as you can tell, it didn't really make it out the lab that well. So we had to pivot to Nas. You want to give him a taste?
No, I just did.
Big pod, itty bitty pod.
Biggest thing in my bitty bitty pod. That was it.
So I was 11 when this came out.
Huh?
I was 11 like when all this came out, and like I was really
Like
big.
he was 8 to 11 when everything came.
Yeah, because everything we review is like 20 years old. It's like 20-year anniversaries.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I know. I'm just saying.
But I was pretty big into Tribe Called Quest, and I remember
Mhm.
I didn't really vibe with the Q-Tip stuff like off the rip when he came out, because I thought it was real like dancey and clubby, like all these Neptune beats and like all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, nah, I like my tribe to keep it real. And like, where's Fife Diggy? Got something to say. Where's Malik, the 5-foot freak? Like, you know what I mean?
Malik the 5-foot.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's something out there for my Midnight Marauders. You feel me?
The Midnight Marauders.
If you know, you know.
Man, I don't know if it was the slow talking in the beginning of the show that's got you in this vibe right now, but you are dropping so many nasty nuggets tonight. Yo, I am blown away. This is hilarious.
That's
All
what
right,
she
so.
said. But like, how did you feel like when he first? So like, I also wanted to say like,
I didn't mind the album. I found it refreshing and enjoyable.
I was gonna say, because I remember like I was very much against it, but my mom loved Vibrant Thing.
Yeah.
As a stop. And then like after a while, like I'm in the car like Vibrant Thing.
Yeah, I thought it was dope.
Thing.
I was just concerned of like how like far away everything stretched from Phife Dawg. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was just like nothing ever came out until they like, you know what I mean? It was just I was always hoping that reunion was gonna happen.
Which it did. It wound up happening like what 18 years later.
Yeah.
And then tragically, like, you know, we lost Phife as well. So like
R.I.P.
Yeah, it is what it is, and that's just the way things go, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like it. Moving on. All right, so we don't have no insomnia hour for y'all.
We got a little bit to talk about though. A little bit. I did start True Story, and I know that was your jam. I did start it.
Ooh, tell me.
I only watched one episode.
So?
And like I was in like 15 minutes in, I was in. I was like, yo, I'm going to add like, and that's the thing is like time has been really stressed recently. So it's been hard because like we have a lot of just media in general to go through. Like we got to watch so many shows, listen to so many music, watch all these movies. It's hard to fit all this in. And it was like, I wound up watching like that first episode at like 9:30 at night. So when it was done, it was like
that's
10.
usually the hour where it's hard to keep your interest.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like 10:30. And I was looking at the clock. I was like, I'm gonna have to save it. I'm gonna have to save it. So I'm gonna come back to it.
But you
gotta let you know.
episode.
I'm in.
Hey,
it was solid. I'm in.
Let's go.
And you're right. Like Kevin Hart is pretty solid. And like I have my theories, but I was like, let me just watch it and like see what's gonna happen. Cause like a lot of stuff happens. But like one of the things that I did take away from
it will get debunked.
They will? Okay. But it was like one of the things that I did take away from it, and it was like kind of like a thought, like I wanted to like bounce off you real quick, is just like so like it's not really like a spoiler, but in the movie, like, you know, Kevin Hart is making a ton of money. He's kind of like kind of like the Kevin Hart of today, where it's like, you know, he makes a picture, it's like, yo, that's 25 mil. And like his brother is like asking for like $500,000. And it's like, yo, that's nothing to you, bro. And it's like, don't tell me what's nothing to me about like my money.
Right.
And it's like, you know, people don't necessarily, and that's the thing is people always talk about all the time is like when you blow up and all this other stuff, people switch up on you. And it's like, I don't think people really switch up on you. I think they get amplified of the things that they already were.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
This brother's in his bag tonight. Keep going. I'm listening.
No, it was like, and then like, I'm just thinking about it. And it's like, you know, I think about like the person I am, and it's like, you know, I'm very giving, like generous person and stuff like that. But it was like, I could see myself just being very, very firm with people about like the way it is. What are you doing?
I'm listening attentively.
No, and I was going to throw it at you and be like, do you feel like you already, like, do you have it in your head? It's like, you already know who's coming out the woodwork with something wild, or like who's coming to say something crazy, or who's doing this, or like who's trying to play me out. Like
in my life?
Yes.
I'm always analyzing. I'm always like, all right, so it's kind of, I'm going to give you an analogy.
Okay.
Let's say you're a battle rapper, right?
Okay. Battle rapper. Yes. Cassidy, the hustler. Ask about.
You could be Cassidy. Let's say Cassidy has 4 battle rappers that he's cool with, right? But he's still writing bars for them just in case.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with everything. Like I'm always making what I say is I'm gonna give you the opportunity to fail. And as long as you stay true and you are like who you are supposed to be, then there's no issue. But if you do, then I'm not going to like act like I'm overly surprised, because man will be man. But even though I didn't expect that from you, I'm already preparing myself in case that's where the journey brings me. You know what I'm saying?
It's all I'm dropping nuggets.
So it's just like, that's just where I'm at with it, you know, and it's just like that, like you said, that whole, it just amplifies who people really are. It's just like, I got a shirt, you know, I ride bikes, and I like, when I get shirts made, I always like to have something on the back so whoever's behind me can read what's on my shirt. And I have a bunch of quotes. Like I have one from Fab that was like, don't tell me what people say about me. Tell me what I feel comfortable telling you. And then I have another one that says, you can't always take everybody with you. And that's a quote from Uncle Raisins. You know what I mean? So it's just like at some point in your life, you got to start realizing these things. Like some people ain't always going to be where you are. And because they're not where they're supposed to be, they feel some type of animosity about where you are. You are going to have your true and real ones that are always going to be there and be genuine and the same person all the time. And some people are not. And it's not because of you, it's because of something they are dealing with. So you try not to take offense to it and try to not be overly concerned about where the relationship has gone, but also understand like you can't internalize that.
I think it was Meek Mill. I'm like 95% sure it was Meek Mill. He was on the shop and he was talking about like, you know, like how different it is, where he's just like, yo, like my auntie asked me for like X amount of dollars, whatever. He told her no. And she was like, man, you really changed. And he was like, no, you changed. Because back in the day, you never would ask me for something crazy like this. But now that I got this, you're asking me for something that I'm not giving to you because I would have never gave it to you before because I have it. So you the only one that's changed. And then I think the comedian, I want to say his name is Jay Carmichael. He was on the Carmichael show. He said, he's like, how much do I owe you for dreaming with me? He's like, because we were in the, just because like you'd be like, yo, you remember like when we used to hang out and we used to dream about doing this? And he's like, yeah. And I did it. Like, yo, it's like, that's not on me. That you still dreaming. It's like, I put the work in.
Shooting in the gym.
Huh?
Jay-Z said, they told me I couldn't come back home. You know when I heard that? When I was back home. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I just leave it up to people to deal with their own self. You know what I mean? Give people the opportunity to show you who they are, and they will do just that.
I am going to keep it trucking on that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the thing is right now is like, we're kind of in this weird spot where like all of our shows are like kind of in the middle of like where we're at. Like
no movies to talk about.
Right. I'm still watching Young Justice.
You still want to do your Papi's home?
We'll get to that.
Okay, my bad.
But I'm still watching Young Justice. I'm still watching Insecure, which had a great episode. I kind of want to just show you the intro to the last episode because I thought it was hilarious. But you don't watch the show, so like I don't know how much you would get it, but I think you would still get the visual portion of it.
You trusted my judgment. I'm gonna trust yours, and maybe I'll give something a shot.
I'm gonna watch him go. So he's my brother. We put some work in, and I'm almost caught up on the challenge. I'm literally the episode behind where we
talk about the challenge. Like, it's on tonight.
I know,
and you can't even watch it. You that close? Say you that close.
So the episode that's on tonight, there's an episode right before that. That episode is where I'm at. Josh just went home where I'm at.
Whoa, fam.
I was like,
whoa, babies.
If you know, I mean, like, yo, if we gonna talk about the challenge, let's talk about the challenge. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just talk about it from where I'm at. I don't care about everybody else.
I felt like Fessy got did dirty the way he was doing people dirty by his homie. And then the doppelganger of him is now the guy on the show. I do a fantasy draft for the challenge. Yeah. I picked Josh 3 years in a row, and he's laid an egg all 3 years. And now he's the point maniac this year. Like,
I can't stand him.
I was happy. I was like
every season, I'm like, why is Josh on here? But I understand why he's on there. Because like he is entertaining TV, but it's like, yo, like when he pulled up, and
that's one of your homies from Big Brother.
Listen, I stopped watching Big Brother around the Casey season. Casey season. Like I saw the beginning where Fessy was in. I didn't see his whole season all the way through. Didn't watch Josh's season. But Casey's I did see, and she did deserve that dub. But like they are so arrogant in the challenge, like it drives me crazy. Yeah. Like I can't tell you how much I don't like Casey on the challenge as much as I very much like her.
Sound crazy, but when she blew that knee out last season, I was like,
I didn't do all that, but I was just kind of like,
I wasn't celebrating it, but I was just like, you wanted to run the final with your boy, and then he blew your knee out. And then you got all the way to that food, and he was like, yeah, I'm not eating. Enjoy that blown knee.
All right. So like this is kind of like what I wanted to get into. It's like, like who are people like you literally just cannot stand? Like every season you're like, why is this person back on the challenge? And like I feel like Fessy
I
is
think
100%
it's
one of them.
easier to tell you the people that I enjoy being on the show rather than telling you the people I don't like on the show.
Okay, I really do like Emmy as a new character, as a new member.
She's annoying.
Like I enjoy her. Like she really doesn't understand what the hell's going on, but it's like she's spunky, and it's like and like I feel like this is the problem with the challenge that they have is like their female competitors are very lopsided.
Mhm.
It's like we have like these 3 or 4 girls that are like extreme athletes.
Mhm.
Then we have like these girls who are in shape, and then we have like these girls who don't care,
Right.
and stuff like that. And it's like Big T's still on the show, and I'm like, what are we really
I like
doing?
Big T.
What are we really doing?
I like
though?
Big T.
Why?
I'll take Big
Why do you like Big T?
Because she's cool, man. She
That's it.
show me your mean face.
I think she's hilarious. Don't get me wrong, and I think she's an extremely nice person.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why do you keep coming out here if nobody wants to run with
Because
you?
there's a Big T fan base, man. Just like why is Nani on there? All she does is ruin everybody else's
But
game.
she's in
and
it-
she's the reason my homie Leroy didn't get a ring.
No, Leroy's the reason Leroy didn't get a ring. But Nani's in that.
Okay.
Nani's in that group of like I'm in shape. Like you know what I'm saying?
And I never win nothing.
She got second place. What's that face for? Leroy ain't never won nothing either.
She was on Leroy's team, bro.
Yes,
was paired
they're
up
2
with
second
Leroy.
placers.
No, they didn't get second. Pretty sure it was third.
Okay, they're 2 third placers.
There's no money for third.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is like, if Leroy was so great that he could have figured something out.
He had to finish with his partner. He was good. He was waiting for her.
He was literally neck and neck with Corey, and Corey beat him.
Corey's one of my guys too.
I like Corey too, and it's like I think about Corey that gets in his
My
way.
dog's named Leroy.
I know he is. Your dog is named Leroy.
Mhm.
And the thing is like about Corey is I think he is a great competitor, and he has the right mindset for him.
Mhm.
But the people who he associate with do him dirty every time. Like being partnered with
the
Nelson is
Whack
one of the
Big
worst.
Brother crew.
No, it's just Nelson and Fessy for the most part.
Nah, Nelson's good. Nah, Nelson's is right.
No. Nelson, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's his ride or die. That's one of the worst people to have as your ride or die. Like
Nelson, he's done a lot better this season.
He's done better.
Fessy is terrible.
I wish if there was a drinking game, right?
Mhm.
If every time Nelson had to apologize to a woman that he's yelled at, screamed at, or did something like that, like you'd be finished by the end of the season. You'd have liver failure because that's how many times like Nelson has to do that. And Corey is constantly attached to
That's
this
not
doing
this
that.
season, though.
He did do it this season. He did it twice.
Once.
He did it twice. Also, do you know why Ashley got kicked off? Because she just wasn't on that episode, and I really wanted to know.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
Well, allegedly,
Let me know.
she got after every challenge, they go out, they party and everything. She's already a volatile person, but like when she gets to drinking, she says really crazy things. So I guess her and Josh got into a big argument, and she was like, and stop acting like everybody doesn't know that you're gay or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's derogatory, so they kicked her off the show.
Josh, what do you say? What do you say, Ashley? I can't say it, Josh.
Yeah.
The
And he was
kid's
just
big
like-
crybaby.
he said that he advocated for her not to get kicked off the show, but they was like,
just like he fake advocated for Fessy. Oh
Right.
my God, bro! Ain't no way!
Right.
Come on, TJ.
You know that's why Leroy eventually retired, right?
Because of Josh?
No, because he had a situation
With Camilla, right?
with Camilla where she was calling him like a black mother effer or something like that,
Yeah.
and like she never got kicked off the show for that.
She finished the season.
He went to she didn't finish the season. She won the season and went home with almost $500,000 after calling this man out his name. So it was, you know what I mean?
But she was never invited back again, though. Like she's done so. But I mean, she did win.
I just came off of $450,000. Bye. Bye. Like,
We spent a lot of time in the challenge, and I feel like when the season is over, we're obviously gonna have a lot more to say about it. So we'll pass it on for there now. And the last thing I kind of wanted to touch on was episode 3 of Hawkeye came out today,
I'm watching it tonight.
which I watched and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can't wait till you watch it, so that way we can kind of talk about if you still feel a certain way about it. Because I feel like they started from the jump of this episode. I was like, I'm in.
I will
Got
let
me
you
in.
know. I will let you know.
All right.
All right. So given that we don't have
Song. You know you like that Papi song just when you thought it wasn't coming. Now you coming watching. So, I'm sorry. But like what you call it, we don't have any new movies. Like we said, this is the slow season, and like we did the last movie I watched was that Poo Poo Skidoo Resident Evil. We don't even really have anything coming up.
Mm-mm.
So like I was wondering, do you want to watch Ron's Gone Wrong with me, the cartoon movie?
Heck no.
If my niece comes over this weekend, I'm gonna watch it with her. But it's like until West Side Story comes out, like there's really not much in there unless we just start watching old movies together and just start doing that.
Nope. No, we'll wait because it's Christmas time coming.
But I think what I'm
There's
gonna
be
do,
a bunch of movies out.
I did miss last night in Soho, so like I'm gonna try and watch that before the next.
I didn't watch that one. I could do that. We'll
I'll
have
look.
that ready for the weekend.
Because I think it's on HBO Max. It's possible. Well, you know how we gonna watch it. Let's keep it a sec.
You already know.
Yeah,
You
but
already
like
know.
we'll give that one a shot to see so that way we have something for Popcorn Papi.
Okay. I do have something for the time that we're losing for Popcorn Papi though.
What's that?
Ooh, new something I just dropped in.
What you got there, boy? What you got there, boy?
Called Home Cooking.
Ooh.
You're like, Raisin, what's home cooking? What's home cooking?
You don't got an intro song for home cooking? No.
Nope, not yet. I feel like your boy Ludacris might have something in relating to home and food, but
Hard nipples, colder than icicles. No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
what is like you started off so great.
It's a Ludacris song.
The
That's why.
decline is like sliding down a razor blade into an alcohol river.
Sorry, man. It's getting late, man. The giggles is kicking in. You know when I start getting faded, I get X-rated.
Yeah. We're gonna get you up out of here. All right, so hometown cooking. All right.
I need to get some chicken nuggets.
I wanted to give a shout out to some hometown fellas doing some good work, and whenever we do things.
Real quick, I think I got an intro.
Okay.
So you say home cooking, right?
Mm.
So I was thinking about Kanye West. He's like, I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then?
Hey.
Do you think about me now and then?
Hey.
Cause I'm coming home again, and maybe we can start again.
Hey.
And this one is Uncle Raisin. Oh,
yo, this man.
I get X-rated when I get paid.
This was tripping, man. All right, so three things I wanted to bring up. All right, so first of all, to give you a little quick little put together, just like hometown stuff. We want to make sure that we're always checking in with our community, Springfield, Mass. We want to elevate those who are doing the right things and making the right decisions, and hoping that it empowers those who may not be to, turn the coin and do what they need to do to be productive, not only for themselves, but for the community of Springfield. All right. So I wanted to give a shout out to a young man named Sid Stefan Triplett. All right. Young man, I've known him since this big. All right. Was always a really calm, quiet kid, still is a really good, respectful kid. Played basketball at Putnam for 2 years, and he ended up moving out to Pennsylvania, where he now plays for Westtown High School.
Okay.
And this boy's out there balling.
That was the video you sent me, right?
That was a video I sent you. If you want to look it up, it's you could find it on
Somebody say he's the boss of the cross.
the boss of the cross. It's on
AIJ Kiss. Go get the A6.
I'll throw the link in the description, but like this man's above the rim, catching rebound bangs. His jumper looks way better. Starting point guard. So I know he had to steal that job from somebody that it already belonged to, so it's just good to see kids like believing in themselves, investing in their craft, and going hard. And I know there's people out there like, yo, where you from? And I'm undoubtedly knowing that he's saying I'm from Springfield, Mass, and the more that happens, the more it puts it on the map.
We should be the map because we the birthplace of basketball, mother flower. Think about that.
I was nervous. I thought you were sitting back
The
still.
YMCA, where we used to play all day, that's where they made this game, man.
Facts.
Come on now.
Facts. So shout out to the young homie. If you look up Future Blue Devil and Slept On Guard Seyphon Triplett, then you'll probably be able to find it.
Future Blue Devil.
Yeah, he plays with this kid called Derek Lively. They're on the same team.
Right.
Yeah, so
I was
if
going to say, you telling me my man's about to be a
if you look up Derek Lively, I think he's number 1. I'm pretty sure Seyphon is number 2, maybe 5, but you'll know because that brother, make sure that you see him on that cam. All right. So shout out to the young boys, that Sydney Triplett is doing a great job. We need more fathers in the lives of our young men to get them to their points of success. All right. Next one, because I said I had 3, so 2. Shout out to the Central Eagles. They're going to play in the Super Bowl tomorrow at Gillette Stadium. If they are successful in their trials, then this will be their 3rd state championship in a row. So that back-to-back is dynasty status. That stuff people don't forget in the city. And whenever things like that happen, not only does it bring the attention to the city, but again, it empowers the community. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to shout out those young men to say, keep doing what you're doing, because you never know who's watching and when they're watching and how you're inspiring people through your actions. All right. And last but not least, it's that time of the year. City Hoops is getting started again. So, you know, I coach at the wonderful School of Commerce. All right. Where our boys is getting ready to suit up and get on that court and start competing, you know. So there's going to be a lot of action, you know, coming off of COVID. It's been a long time where some kids missed out on a whole year of sports and things were kind of really touch and go about how it was going to go this season. So I'm glad to see that they have that opportunity, not just because I coach at Commerce, but because the city in a whole needs that. Because when you take things away from kids, then they have a lot of idle time to get in trouble or to be in situations that they're not supposed to be in, which can lead to a number of different things. So we want to make sure that we're giving them those outlets and the things to do so that they can be successful in life. All right. So
how are you looking so far? Today was your first practice, right?
No. Third day.
Third day.
2 days of trials and practice. You never know, man. There's a difference these days. You know what I mean? Kids are built different. You know what I mean? So what you see in practice may not be what you see in the game. You know, like kids are built different emotionally. So when you get in front of a crowd, you get in front of those lights, you're either going to be the guy or you're not.
Because I remember like I was a practice god. And then I used to be a nugget when you dropped me on the floor. That was a nasty nugget right there.
Yeah, but
it was like, this boy going 0 for 6. What up?
Right,
but in practice, I was JJ Redick.
Right. But listen, I coach football too, and we had some kids who would be at practice and like they wouldn't even know where their shoulder pads are. You know what I mean? But then when it came time game night, they smacking people around the field.
Friday night lights,
you know. So the coaches are going to coach. They're going to empower kids to make the right decisions and give them all the equipment that they need to be successful, and hopefully, you know, they step up to the challenge.
Put all the tools in their toolbox.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's it. Home cooking. I thought you were going to and you see me.
Because I was about to be,
I'm coming home again.
for when we exit out, do you want to just do that, or like do you want me to do the whole like? Do you think about me now and then?
The vocals is no. I'm not. No, you have in your bag tonight. I feel if I give you any more extensions, man, I don't know where it's gonna take us to.
I met this girl when I was 3 years old, and what I love most, she had so much soul. I'm sorry. Excuse me, little homie. I know you don't know me, but my name is Wendy, and I like to blow trees in. No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Your guess is as good as mine, but this brother's in his bag tonight. I love it. All right, but
my blood sugar's low.
We go. The diet.
That's why I got to pick up a McFlurry and some nuggets on my way to the cribs. I'm that insulin gives me power like the hell.
All right, we're gonna move on to our Hardwood Check-in. All right, so first things first, the Bulls and the Heat will have to forfeit their first available second-round picks because of tampering. The Chicago Bulls have been investigated, they said, for the last year or two.
Yeah.
And tampering with the acquisition of Lonzo Ball. And the Miami Heat has been investigated in the acquisition of Kyle Lowry, and it will cost them their second-round picks. Where I'm at with it is, if I'm the Bulls, I don't care. Because if you're telling me I'm getting Lonzo for a second-round pick, I'm cool with that. If I'm Miami Heat and you're telling me I'm giving up a second round for Kyle Lowry, I'm a little tight.
Kyle Lowry has not been that bad. They've been rolling too.
I'm not saying he's that bad. I'm just saying I'm not giving up a second-round pick for Kyle Lowry. Like, I want to give up 4 players that's probably never going to touch the floor and a conditional pick or something like that. But like, no shot to Kyle Lowry, but I mean, I feel like
a shot.
I feel like it hurts Miami more than it hurts Chicago because they have a really steady roster right now. And they look really good as a unit. A first-round pick would be good to add to the team. They probably wouldn't even really care too much about that second round. Miami's going to need both those picks. I feel like Jimmy Butler's got 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. So,
I've never been a big Jimmy Butler fan.
I mean,
so like he's come to the Heat.
Neither was Minnesota until he grabbed all them scrubs and then beat the starters and then left chucking the deuces and they ain't looked the same.
Well, that was the case. Then win a game with that when you were there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like if you're that guy, be that guy. Just like how you say, right? Like be the guy everywhere you are.
Pretty sure he brought Miami to the NBA Finals.
Bam Adebayo also helped with that as well. Like, yes,
I'm not saying he didn't.
but like you're absolutely correct in that. Like, yes, he did do that with the Miami Heat.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is like is that more of a fluke or is that the regularity? Because more often than not, when you were with the Bulls, you weren't doing that. And then you were a little bit of a prima donna when it was time for you to get traded. And then you went to the Timberwolves. And then you were a bit of a prima donna till it was time for you to get traded. Then you went to the Sixers, who were already good, and you got them to the brink. Kawhi knocked you guys out. You were a little bit of prima donna, and then you got traded. And then you went to Miami, and you were the greatest teammate of all time. So, like, which one really is it? And it's like, to me, you a bit of a prima donna, and it's like you're not as good as everybody thinks you are. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I'm just saying that he's only going to do what they allow him to do. You know what I mean? And if he's valued, it's because he still balls. Because people aren't going to give you contracts and make all these acquisitions if you're not a ball player.
Okay, what level of player do you think that like Jimmy Butler still is right now? So like you have a superstar, you got an all-star, or your superstar, which is kind of like your first team all NBA guys.
Mm-hmm.
You got your all-stars,
Mm-hmm.
you got your starters, you got your six men, your role players, your bench players. Like
He's right between starter and all-star for me.
okay, and in the East, he's obviously an all-star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But is he one of the 30 best players in basketball? Who would you rather have, him or Bam Adebayo as of right now, who also is injured for 4 to 8 weeks right now?
I was about to say, so for one thing, he can't stay healthy, but I like young guys, and he is young. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler's, I won't say he's old, but like you have,
He's old,
you
bro.
have more to invest in Bam because you can build the team around him because you have the time to do so. You can't do that with Jimmy.
Do you remember when Jimmy Butler was on the Bulls and it was like a big thing about like he's getting traded, like where's he going?
Mhm.
And it was like this whole thing of like they were doing like this real dance with the Celtics. And it was like the Celtics at the time, I remember, because the Celtics are the king of we got all these draft picks, we about to make a trade, but then we don't make a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And it was between Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and Anthony Davis.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't understand why you want Jimmy Butler. And it was like, like they kept going back and forth. And then Jimmy Butler was being a prima donna until he got traded to the Timberwolves. And I was like, and the Celtics fans were just so pissed off. I was like, no, I think you guys are lucky. I'm like, what do you want Jimmy Butler on this team for? Like, you guys weren't good enough to win anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He was just going to come there and then complain that they're not good enough to win.
Mhm.
And then he would have bounced to the next squad and you would have lost out. I think that was a Jason Tatum pick that they wound up not trading for him or something like that. And it's just like, I don't know. Like,
I'm not advocating for him. I'm just saying, like,
I also don't like how much credit he gets for like the Heat thing where it was like, oh, he put that one triple double up in the game. And then it was like, he was kind of like on clamps the rest of the time.
Leadership and empowering teams to get to somewhere, like you got to get that to Jimmy, man. Because if you take Jimmy off the team, they're not where they are. All right.
But if you trade Jimmy for somebody else that's like of equal or lesser talent, they probably kind of get there still.
But we won't.
If you traded for Paul George, is it that big of a difference? Make that face. Paul George was doing a lot more in Indiana than than Jimmy Butler was doing for quite some time.
How many moons ago was that? Though?
It's the same amount of time when Jimmy Butler was with the Bulls.
I don't care. I'll pass on playoff P. I'm all set. All right, we gotta move on.
Pandemic P. That's my guy.
I don't even know how we got onto Jimmy, but LeBron has COVID. I know that's a crazy segue, but that's where we at.
My brother's still putting up digits at 19.
Yo,
COVID-19.
Listen,
Putting up double digits still.
This joint, I feel like it can't, like things just continue to get worse for the Lakers. Like you lose to the Kings and you beat the Kings and you lose LeBron.
They blew the Kings out the second time around too. It was crazy.
But
LeBron did come back after the little scuffle with Isaiah Stewart.
Yep.
And he was putting up numbers for those 3 games.
Numbers is underappreciated. That man was at 34 points, 8.7 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and he was shooting 47% from the field. That's crazy.
What's the Supreme Dreams? I'm 36. I'm 36.
I'm 36.
This man is still putting up these numbers, bro.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT right there. What are we talking about, man?
A GOAT.
You can't be a GOAT. You can only be the GOAT.
They only make one GOAT?
Yes. The GOAT stands for greatest of all time. We can't all be the greatest of all time.
You're right. So don't call him the GOAT.
But he's the greatest of all time, so he's the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not about to do this with you tonight. I'm not about to do it with you tonight because you're in your bag and I'm not about to mess with you.
This is the diabolical portion.
Yes, I know.
I know. Sticky claim to say it.
I'm just
wait for that Portal episode.
I want to know what the tracing is going to look like for this. Like, are the Lakers going to end up losing a couple more players behind this. Like, how long is LeBron gonna be out? Like, the Lakers are already struggling. I know it's still early in the season, but like these things keep toppling one over another. It's just like.
But as far as the Tracy thing, like they've like other players have missed time. Like LeBron isn't the first player to miss time with COVID.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying the impact on the Lakers. Like, they keep trying to get things on track. They're still trying to build chemistry. They're still trying to find out where to mix and match everybody. And then like you haven't had LeBron for this amount of time. He comes back, he balls out, then he gets COVID, so he's going to be out some more. It's just like a roller coaster of like, we're never going to get to that peak.
If they're fumbling as much as they're fumbling right now, and they're still the sixth seed in the West right now, like it's like, okay, I guess we can fumble. If they, so like, let's just say they fumble into these playoffs, right? And they're the 6th seed and they have to play the 3 seed, which is probably like the Utah Jazz right now. Like, are we worried about the Lakers playing the Utah Jazz?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
we don't believe you. We need more people.
Even while they're fumbling.
I like it. Got you.
That was good. But it's like, even when they're fumbling, it's like they're still a second round playoff team. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, when this is a well-oiled machine, and it's like they're probably too far gone already as it is to even catch up to the Warriors and Suns.
Right.
So it's like they're really shooting for like that 3rd seed. And it's like,
which is a good segue.
Come on, man. You don't think I did this for a reason, man?
To know that we are now at a tie for first place in the West. I watched that game last night.
Hold on. I was segueing that joint like Paul Blart. Like that, because you had to segue and Paul Blart Malcott. I was trying to get that joke in the whole time, but you were flowing, and I was trying not to cut you off. And I was like, I can't let this pass.
Paul Blart jokes?
Paul Blart.
Don't worry,
Malcott, baby.
I'm gonna get him out of here. But yes, it was a great game, man. They was going shot for shot. I think Phoenix was only up like 1 or 2 points at halftime. I think it was like 61-60. I think they were up 1 point, but it was a great game to watch, and it made it really exciting of what to look forward to for the playoffs. It felt like playoff basketball. It was really dope. And Suns came out with the win, so now both teams only have 17 wins in a row.
17 wins in a row.
And both teams
and they're tied for first. This is
both
crazy.
Teams are now 17-3. 17-3. So when you hear 17 games in a row, that means they were 1-3 and then won 17 games in a row.
Yeah.
So they're 18-3. Yes, 18-3.
Yeah, because they're tied with the Warriors.
18-3. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's super exciting. And
the Warriors still don't have Clay and James Watson.
And that's what I was gonna bring up. It's crazy that they are where they are. And that is also a good segue, because the boy Clay just hit a game winner the other night in his G League game. And they're saying like Clay ain't too far off. He's not too far off. And
he's doing 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
He's like you said, he's played in the G League game and stuff like that. It's like, I think they said by Christmas, that's 2-3 weeks from now.
Yeah. And the thing is like, this is not like the Lakers where you're adding new players to build chemistry. This is my cousin. We grew up together, and then he moved away, and now he's coming back for the family reunion. It's like we never left each other.
Your boy helped build this house. You see those things up there? I was here when they laid these bricks. So, that was me.
Yeah. So it's like for me, I feel like it's gonna be like not even skipping a beat. It's gonna feel like just like they were before. As long as they can all stay healthy, this is going to be a scary team to see in the playoffs.
The interesting thing is going to be, because these young boys for the Warriors have been playing so well, is who takes the minutes hit. You know what I mean? Because like Gary Payton has been playing really well. Poole's been playing really well. Kuminga's been playing really well. Like everybody's been kind of like doing their thing. So it's like just putting Clay in, and he's taking that bare minimum.
Like Clay's gonna come walking in. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, this is my minute bucket. All right. So I'm gonna need all of y'all to donate 3 of what you've been getting, and then throw 2 more in for the time that I've been gone. So that's 5 minutes from each. As long as it adds up to about 30, 35 minutes, because I'm just getting back, we'll call it square. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Poole. Appreciate it. Thank you. Excuse me, guy in the back. I don't know your name. Get away from my locker. Come put your 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. You only have 3 minutes? Then you owe me 2 minutes. You know, so
right.
When you first brought the thing out, it's like, sorry guys, this is a bucket. This is what I get. So I'm be careful. That's what I thought you were going with. Like when you see this bucket and it's just moving around, that's me, a walking bucket. Never forget.
Word. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, I still believe LA is going to be right there. And it's like wherever they fall at, we're going to see where people play. If it ends
I'm
up
so
being,
scared. I'm so scared for Chris Paul. Like, I really hope
what
Phoenix
if it ends up being like Warriors Lakers first round?
that would be awesome.
That would be so crazy. All right.
And don't forget, we got the whatchamacallit game now, the play-in game and all that stuff too.
Oh, that's
so there's
right.
a lot to like.
They're trying to get.
That's or
trying
should
to
I say the John Morant game?
They're trying to give Dame and John Morant a way to get into the playoffs. Aww.
That's what I'm like, yo, that's the John game is the play game. It's like John Morant's in it every year.
Right. John Morant mess around and make somebody mad.
He be turning his own spine out, dunking on people.
He mess around and make somebody mad. Lastly, my Knicks got jerked. I'm just gonna put it like that. All right. KD did not get fouled. James did not get fouled. Julius kept getting fouled. Like it was just so whack to me. But I will say that, like, barring all of that, it was a tie game. The Nets were forced to try to put up a bad shot, and Mitchell made a bad decision of reaching in on Johnson and gave him 2 free throws, and that ultimately is what killed the game.
You feel like that's ultimately what killed the game? I feel like
there were several things that led to that.
You're right, because you said like a bunch of the things, and it was like it's a lot of mistakes, and it's like you can't have those type of mistakes when you try to win. But like the biggest one to me was like that Julius Randle technical.
Yes.
And it's like you cannot at this point in the game when it's this close.
So dumb.
Giving away points, bro.
Dumb. It's so dumb. And it's just like, and this is one of the things I've learned from coaching, being around the fine staff that I work with. Shout outs to my commerce homies again. But like we always try to tell the kids, like the way you come out those first 4 minutes of that second half could dictate how the rest of the game goes. So you want to come out with energy. You want to be the first one to strike. Even if it's not offensively, you want to be really stout on defense and let them know that you're coming to play basketball. And the Knicks went like a whole 4.5 minutes without getting a bucket coming out at halftime. And the Nets thought they were balling when you really weren't. It's just we were playing so terrible. And once we got it back together, the game was tied right back up. So if you get those 4 minutes back, and not even the whole give me 2 of those minutes of good basketball, and it's probably not even close. But it's what it is.
Well, it was supposed to be our main topic like earlier too, is this whole Kemba Walker situation. Where it's like he's no longer in the starting lineup. But then it's like Alec Burks comes in.
I'm cool with it.
What so like, all right.
I'm cool with it. I felt like Kemba been shaving points since the first game against Boston. I'm like, bro, I picked him. Oh, you never seen Blue Chips before, huh?
I've seen Blue Chips with Shaq and Teddy.
That's my guy. I recruited him.
But it's like, it's just whatchamacallit. Like, I'm like, man, Kemba, like, I really want you to start getting these dubs. And it's like, I didn't want the Knicks to fail, but I wanted them to realize that they needed Kemba. And it's like, that's just not what happened. Like, they did just the opposite, where it's like, no, Alex Works can play these minutes, and he can be efficient, and he can be thorough. And I'm just like, oh,
especially with Fournier over there in the corner. That man.
No, what is going on with that, bro?
That man, he is who we thought he was.
I felt like at halftime he put his contacts in because like he was playing like trash in the first half, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, so I forgot the need to see." And I was like, "I started hitting threes." He hit one on one leg off the screen. It was wild.
Yes, and that's where we at with it. I mean, I'm not mad about it at all.
Have you heard about this Fournier Google thing?
No.
So like whatever, like you're not supposed to Google like just his last name. Like if you put in his whole name, like he comes up, but his name means something. I don't know what it is, but it's like if you Google it, like some wild stuff comes up. And like he's told people like in interviews, like because they're like, oh, like how do you spell it? He's like, don't Google it. Don't Google it. And it's like I haven't Googled it yet. And I'm like, well, you Google it tonight and let me know.
I'm not doing
it. Don't do it on your work computer.
He said don't do it. I'm not doing it. I want that in my history.
Just don't do it on your work computer. That's all I gotta say about it.
Right. All right, so we'll wrap it up with our Blitz package. All right, get into our 2-minute drills.
Man, get out my way. Watch out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking numbers in two. When I bring the pain, man, what you gonna do? When I bust up your whole crew, clean out your locker, I'm out to get you. Brah, brah. It's the Blitz, baby. What's going on? Madden 2000. Your boy Luda.
Put us on the cover. Yes.
Harder than hard, rougher than rough. You know, just like
I was like, is there one more part? Because I feel like he's about to do this. I feel like he's about to do this.
For some reason, I feel like when I do Ludacris and stuff like that, I start to like grow the Ludacris sideburns like he used to have back in the day.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. I dropped my pencil with shit, man. All right, so go ahead and have your little bragging moment. Go ahead and have your little bragging moment.
As you guys know, like I'm nothing but a humble servant. You know what I mean? You know, the obese beast came back at it again.
Humble saying that.
And I won again 9-5. So our record currently right now, I am 4-1 and he is 1-4. So that means I get the choice of either having the first pick or picking 2 picks in a row. And I have decided that I am going to take the first pick. And as the first pick, I am going to go with the Arizona Cardinals over the Chicago Bears.
Alrighty.
Also, I'm starting to get the feeling that I might need a pee sometime soon. So like, yeah, let's really 2-minute drill this job.
Thank you for bringing us into your life.
Do you need a pen? I got a pencil right here.
No, I'm good. I'm going with
marker looks crazy.
I'm going with Tampa Bay over Atlanta.
Okay, they let you down last week.
Okay. And I'll go with the Rams over the Jags.
Okay, where are the Rams at? You said Jaguars, so you want LA,
Mm-hmm.
and I want Jack. I am going to take the Chiefs over the Broncos.
That's a good pick. Broncos are going to win.
Okay, and then I am going to take the Colts over the Texans.
Okay. I am going to take the Chargers over the Bengals. And I will take the Raiders over Washington football team.
You're actually going to pick the Raiders?
I am. AFC West, best division in football.
I'm actually I'm actually okay with that because the Redskins just beat on Monday. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to give you the Saints. You know, I will take Dell, and I'm going to take the Vikings over the Lions.
Just want you to know I'm doing this all wrong because I've been over here doing check marks like that. I'm not even writing like what team you pick.
You just scribble it.
I'm just
That's why your playbook look all types of crazy.
terrible. All right, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. No, we one shot guys.
Come on.
I'm going with the Ravens over the Steelers. And I'm gonna go with the Dolphins over the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Eagles over the Jets, and I will take the Bills over the Patriots. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta do your raising that anyways. I'll be back. I promise.
Oh my goodness. This is the first time ever. You see this guy?
I told you, man. Like, yo, listen.
I'm not listening to nothing. All right, so the last pick is mine by myself. You see me here by myself. You go right there. I will take the Niners over Seattle.
That's actually a great pick.
I know. That's all I do is make great picks, even though I'm losing. All right. So while we're waiting for Joey Crack to get back, we'll go into our cultural gym. All right. So refreshing. First, we have Poetic Justice. Man, this feels so weird. Like this guy is tripping. All right. Second, we had Higher Learning. All right. You were recently supposed to watch Fresh. Fresh was a really dope one. Making stupid moves. All right, so this week we have Do the Right Thing. Came out in 1989. It's a Spike Lee joint. It's about a man named Mookie living in New York. He's a pizza delivery guy. There's a lot of different things happening in this scenario. Good movie. You can watch it on Amazon. I was told it's also on Netflix, but I'm pretty sure that may not be valid. But it's definitely on Amazon. All right, so Do the Right Thing. It's definitely a good one.
Fight the power.
Hey, Radio
Fight
Raheem.
the power of that beat. Radio Raheem. Love. Hate. Sorry. I had to sprint back over here. Did I miss anything?
You sprinted. You sprinted. What did you do with the chair?
I don't know if I sprinted.
What is happening?
I don't know if I sprinted or I sprinkled on
Yo,
myself.
we are about to get this man up out of here
Yo.
because he is tripping.
I mean, not keep talking. Fight the power.
Yeah. All right. So listen. All right. So like I said, poetic justice, higher learning, fresh. We are now on to do the right thing. All right. So you got some time. All right. Make sure you check in on that one. All right.
Make sure you guys always do the right thing while you're out there. How about that?
Hey, it's got a lot of people into it. It's not only Spike Lee. You got Rosie Perez.
Juan Carlos Esposito, or some of you know as Gus Fring.
Yep.
Mhm.
Samuel L. Jackson's in that joint. Plays the DJ.
Yes.
Yep.
Spike Lee, did you say?
Yeah.
I just double check it.
I can't remember the dude. I can't remember his name, but the light-skinned dude that's from He Got Game that was driving the caddy. He being doing everything. He's Malcolm.
You keep going with this Malcolm line. Like, that's the most memorable line from this movie. It's not.
That was his only line in the movie.
It's not.
It's definitely not.
But also, oh my God.
The most memorable line was when Spike Lee was like, radio! But you'll see it. All right?
But no, whatchamacallit? He plays the Italian kid in this movie. He was in all the Transformers movies. He's a great actor, and it's going to kill me that I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He's the one who got his arm broke, and he was like the special agent. I don't remember his name either, but he definitely was the son of the owner of the pizza shop.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
If you ain't seen it, go check it out.
Now he's back on his light voice.
And you thank me later when you get the mice cubes. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Raising that for the day. All right.
You don't got to raise in that song either. We got to come up with something.
Do we? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That's just the California Raisin song.
No, I was going to say, heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Is that what's going to be a raisinette?
No. Raisinette is a challenge this week.
But I was just going to say, like, is that going to be your intro song? Is it doo-doo-doo-doo?
Oh, it might.
So I was going to be like, raisin down on me. Well, like that. Instead of rain down on me, raisin down on me. No?
So, challenge for
Raisin
everyone. Challenge for everyone. All right. Hey, we spend a lot of screen time. All right. Holidays are here. All right. Let's make sure we're not spending more time with our phone than we are with our family. All right. Don't spend more time on Instagram than you are with your friends. All right. Make sure that you watch the Heavyweight Bros episode and get that out the way. All right. Then put your phone down somewhere, chill and kick it. One of the things that I had noticed, and there are some things to be grateful for from the pandemic, even though there was just like so much chaos and loss, was for me, I noticed that people stopped being interested in their phone. Like my sons were like playing board games with each other, and they're like, we're watching movies together, and the time to just sit down and be around family and enjoy that time. Like our phones were like in other rooms. Like usually your phone is like right next to you, or if you don't know, like if your pockets feel light, you're like, where my phone at? Like people, like my sons, my wife, myself, we did not care about where our phones were. Like we need to I'm not saying get back to it, because it's kind of hard the way technology mitigates our lives, but you want to make sure that you're giving yourself the opportunity to fully be invested and fully enjoy those moments and those times that you get to have with the people around you.
Okay. Well, I think I got a little nasty nugget. As I said, like, the holiday season is coming around, and like I am not a fan of the holiday season. I'm not very partial to it.
We're doing brunch though. You coming through, right?
But we'll see. Most likely, depends on what time I gotta wake up. Because you said brunch, but then it's like sometimes y'all be like brunch at like 10. I'm like, yo, like I might just like start getting up at 10. You feel me? And then like by the time you come here, the scraps is barren. It's barren. I'm just saying.
I'll put a plate aside for you.
We'll see about that. But like I don't like Christmas stuff like that. But I did want to say, like, one of the things that I do enjoy about it, one of the things that I really think Christmas and the time should be about, it is like, it should be almost like a year-end wrap up. And it's like like I don't really care about the gifts themselves, but what I do like about gifts is it's supposed to show how much people were truly paying attention to you for that year. Whether it's a thing that you need or a thing that they know that you like, or like you've been listening to what I'm saying because like I always talk about this one thing, and then you went and looked up whatever this thing that I cared a lot about was, and then you figured out like what would be a dope thing for me. Like to me, those are the things that mean the most. I've gotten like a $300 or $400 gift, and it's like my favorite gift is like a $15 thing that like someone had like made for me or like really thought of. It's like, to me, that's the dope stuff, and that's the stuff that matters. So like I guess what I'm trying to say is put the extra thought in when you are looking for something for someone, because it's like it is supposed to be like almost like a snapshot of like, I thought about this for you. And it's like, it's one of the reasons why I hate gift cards, because it's like the gift cards is like, oh, you know, I eat Domino's. It's like everybody knows that, but it's like, you know, like when you go like a step forward, you look like you love gift cards.
No, I'm just already told my little homies they only getting money. If you don't,
so you know that I'm broke. I'm glad you paid attention. I'll take that too.
Like, y'all already have everything. Like the only person that's opening gifts is that 7-year-old dude, because he's still in that mode. That's where I'm at with it. But I definitely appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah,
I like how you said the gift shows how much they've been paying attention.
Because honestly, like that's
pretty dope.
Like especially
like
made
as me question the last 20 years of gifts I've been given.
Because that's one of the worst things is to get like a gift and you're like
a scarf person. No,
but no, like seriously, like you've gotten a gift before and you're like, what made you think that I would enjoy this? And it's like, obviously, like I have to save face and tell you that I enjoy it because like you didn't have to get me anything.
Right.
But it's like, it's still just like this thing is like, thanks. Who did you really mean to get this for?
Free gift.
But it's like, you know, like to me, like that's rough to do too. Cause then it's like, that's what I thought about your thing is like, I'm going to take it and I'm going to bring it like somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that like usually the thought is what counts. And it's like, I like when people open my gifts because they're like, wow, I didn't even realize that I needed this. And it's like, bro, all you ever do is talk about how much you hate that you don't have this. So like, why wouldn't I get it for you?
My wife is really good at that. Really good at that.
Like, I didn't know. I was like, yo, are you giving nasty nuggets? Like, I didn't know what was coming.
Never. Like, no, she really pays attention, and I really appreciate it. Not saying that I don't, but like, she be dropping some gems on me, and I'd be like, yo, you know what? You know what?
I mean, I see all them ties on your radiator, so like, no,
I'm from the boys. Like, got you another one, Dad. I know how much you like the last one you never wore.
Oh, thanks.
No, but my oldest Shanard, he's like that too. He even when like he's not like buying gifts for a holiday, like he buys his brother stuff sometimes. Yeah. And it's usually exactly the thing that they've been looking for. You know what I mean? So yeah. So good job, man.
It's more about the thought and it's like that's the cheesy thing to say because that's like what the movies teach you is like it's the thought that counts. But it's like it really is, and it really is like what matters. Because like I even think about like when I was little, like we didn't get much for Christmas, but the things that we did get, it was like, oh snap, like you knew that like this is what I wanted, and it's like, yeah, no duh, this is the only thing I've been talking about for like 3 months because I'm a kid and I don't shut up. And it was just like, you know how like if I was sister with like her arms crossed, it was like, you open up your little gift, something like that. I ain't really get you none. I just got you a little something. You open up I ain't know she said
Contra, yes.
Like, have you seen? I'm sure you've seen the video. The kid is like Nintendo 64. Like that was us. Like you know what I'm saying? Is like I didn't expect any of that stuff. I was like, I'm gonna be bumping the Sega for the next 15 years. And like when we got the 64 fresh out the box, like I lost it. Like you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe it. My mom was like, yeah, like that's all you've been talking about.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Now we don't got no cable this month. But
You better play. You better be creative.
I can't tell you how many times we sacrificed cable for something. Like cable was always the first thing on the line. Y'all want that PlayStation so bad. Y'all gonna be having to watch Blade again. Those are the only VHSs we got. And I was like, shoot, Blade and Bruce Lee this month. I was like, we can do that.
Bought some DVDs. You better use that PlayStation 2 twofold.
I remember that was a big selling point. I was like, Mom, like we gotta get the PlayStation 2. And she was like, yo, you guys already got the 64. I'm like, but it plays DVD, so you don't even need a DVD player. She was like, so what do I do with my DVD player? I was like, you can sell it for like $60. She was like, how much a PlayStation 2 costs? I was like,
way more than $60.
but it was a multi-purpose system. And I remember I was like, I'll take care of it. I'll make sure that my brothers don't break it. And guess what?
Like,
I took
my
care
mom
of
would be like, I already have a DVD player. Nah, I'm tripping. She would have definitely got it too.
it. That's what
She did.
Because she was like, DVD players were no joke. Them just was like $140 at one point. Like, they were wild.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all. I'm about to get this guy out of here before he starts wilding again.
I just gave like this dope speech, like about thoughtful things. And you trying to get me up out of here?
Yes. You did a good job making sure the dressing over everything else is crazy. Like, he put salad on his plate. You got a salad? Like, yeah, but there's like roast pork underneath the salad. There's like fried chicken underneath here.
Make sure y'all go visit our guy at Custom Merch on IG and Etsy. Use that promo code Heavyweight Bros, HW, the number 8 BROS to get you 10% off. Make sure you guys like and subscribe as well. We're gonna try to come at you with hopefully you'll watch this next episode of Hawkeye. I'll be all caught up
tonight
on a challenge. We're both gonna try to watch Last Night in Soho, and then that'll be it. Special pod, real good pod. You can stay in my itty bitty pod. Bring the pod for real. Give me what you pod. Give me what you pod. Give me what you pod. Hard nipples. Cold